29th day in the month of May, a day that a lot of Nigerians, a lot of us have been waiting for. The inauguration day is finally upon us. Welcome to the front page review, where I serve you the headlines from different Nigerian newspapers and we discuss the hot topics in the news. The phone lines will be open later on the program for you to join the conversation. And also, Rufai Oseni will be joining in the analysis of some of the stories here. So let's begin this morning. We have so much to talk about today, being Inauguration Day in Nigeria. Okay, we'll start with the Vanguard newspaper. I think let's start with the Vanguard newspaper. The first headline here says, there will be no excuses. I will live up to expectations, says Tinubu. IGP Akali not sacked by court judgment, has right to appeal, says the police. Surrender. Obalende Eid prayer ground to Muslim community. Buhari orders Dodan barracks. Also from the Vanguard newspaper, my family does not need Nigerians' wealth to survive. Remi Tinubu. You get the story on the Vanguard newspaper. Another one here says Borno Isema repatriates 3,500 refugees, resettle over 1 million IDPs. Okay, the story is on the Vanguard newspaper. Now, U.S. delegation for Tinubu's inauguration arrives Nigeria. Now to the Punch newspaper, Tinubu takes oath as president. Nigerians demand quick action. Tribunal reaffirms your independence. Obi tells judiciary, and Otham hands over passes 187 billion naira debt to successor. The story is on the Punch newspaper. Woman dies after news of son's death. That's also on the Punch. Obi not planning protest, won't attend Tinubu's inauguration. Aid, says Aid. And African presidents, U.S., Canadian delegations arrive for inauguration. Now to the Daily Trust newspaper, breaking Tinubu's inauguration will strengthen me, says Peter Obi. World leaders, others attend Tinubu's inauguration today. The writer says the kingmaker takes over the throne. Don't pity me, I ask for the job, incoming president. A caution optimism in real estate as a new administration take over. Now, also from the Daily Trust this morning, subscribers transaction under threat as a 120 billion naira USSD debt tears telcos bank apart. Now to the Nation's newspaper this morning, Agric Minister, Permanent Secretary, Directors, others key to my success. You get it on the Nation's newspaper. It's May 29th at last. Okay, it's on the Nation's newspaper. The writer says effort by 5 previous administration to turn things around in the country have failed. Now all eyes on Tinubu. Ayaku, 339 eminent Nigerians get national awards. The story is on the Nation's newspaper. Now to this day newspaper, Buhari, my cows, easier to control than Nigerians. Lawan says government should work in concert with their lawmakers. South APC women professionals back Akpabio. The story is on this day newspaper. Now to the Guardian. Cautious optimism as Tinubu offers hope to weary Nigerians. And operators of Fort Nigerian Air launch without AOC registration number. The writer said group writes EFCC to probe Sirica over project. And also from the Guardian, suspected Yoruba Nation agitators hijack FRSCN station in Ibadan. Please arrest 5. The story is on the Guardian. Kanu proposes death penalty for phone snatchers. Now to the Sun newspaper, we have here May 29th inauguration, all set for Tinubu's inauguration as Nigerian's 16th president. Now the writer says 65 world leaders to grace occasion. Campaign of calumny being perfected to defame me in coming months, says Obi. And start on a clean slate. Make public your asset investment. Sirap tells Tinubu. Now, these are the headlines from 7 Nigerian newspapers. Not all of the headlines, some of them. Now, we'll proceed now to discuss the hot topics in the news. You already know the hot topic from all of the headlines that I've read to you. One story stood out. Today is May 29th, and it's inauguration. So we're going to be talking about it on the program and all the stories here. And also to tell you that at 9 o'clock, we'll have inauguration special. So 9 o'clock, we'll be talking a lot about the inauguration, giving you live reports. Hello, good morning.
Morning, can you hear me, Mary? Bless you.
Yeah, good morning to you. Welcome to the front page review.
Yeah, welcome. Inauguration day today.
As the nation's newspaper put it, he said 29th, May 29th at last. Now,
Yes, sir. May 29.
yeah, so the day is already here. We've heard President-elect Tinubu says that we shouldn't pity him. He signed up for this job, and he also said there will be no excuses. He will live up to his expectation. And we also saw in the news what the wife said yesterday when she was giving the speech. She said, my family doesn't need Nigerians' wealth to survive. So 29th is here. A lot of Nigerians are anxious. Some are happy, some are sober. It's here already. What are your thoughts?
So I'll speak to every group of Nigerians. For the Nigerians that feel sober and unhappy and sad based on what happened on the elections, please remember one thing. It is our country. And the path to getting good leadership and getting it right in our country is a long path. So, yes, with all that happened in the election, you must never give up hope. You must keep hope alive. You must keep pushing. And whatever is decided at the court, we must come together to still keep pushing to build our country. Because the journey to getting good leadership, to getting a better country, is a journey you keep working at and keep fine-tuning. Tuesday, for the incoming leader, he should remember that he is the leader of every Nigerian, and he will be scrutinized in detail, just as he will be applauded when he's successful. Because the path to a nation's development calls for collective input. Collective input involves scrutiny and criticism when he's wrong, and cheers and kudos when he's right. So you should respect both, and nobody will pity him. People will be frank, forthright, will tell truth to power, because that is only what can bring our nation up. We cannot have a nation where we run a pity party. No nation is run on a pity party, and I'm happy he said nobody should pity it. But also, his associates and surrogates should not also say people do not like them when they offer genuine criticism. And he should never try to shut people down when they offer genuine criticism, because that is what will bring our nation up. His wife says they have enough wealth to run, that they do not need Nigeria as well. Yes, but they must also have declared their assets before they come in. That's number one. Number two, since she has said that, the administration must be tough on corruption. His cronies must not have the chance to corrupt. So as long as we can do this, shun corruption, ensure accountability across every sphere of government, then ensure that the government runs effectively, and we can truly build a nation that will stand the test of time. So it is inauguration day. It is the beginning of another new start democratically for Nigeria. What comes out of it will be solely dependent on the most important office in the country, which is not the office of the president. The most important office in this country is the office of the citizens of the Federal Republic, which is you. And what you do, what you say, the objectivity will be when we have a knock-on effect on how our country will be. The president's position, the constitutional limit of the president's position is a 2 4-year term. The office of the citizen of the Federal Republic is eternal, except you decide to renounce your Nigerian citizenship. But as long as you have not renounced it, it's eternal. And even if you renounce it, the office, the emotional inclination of being a Nigerian still rests with you. And that's why citizens must not keep quiet in the face of tyranny. They must also be truthful enough to amplify the truth when their government does well and criticize when their government doesn't do that. And nobody must guard them and take their capacity to speak away from them. So most importantly, it is another day and another new beginning democratically for the office of the citizen of the Federal Republic, and most importantly, the inauguration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Yeah, great. And yesterday, the president gave his farewell speech. He said that he's leaving Nigeria better than he met it. Although he said some other things that some people didn't agree with. He talked about security, he talked about the economy, and he also apologized that he said that he apologized to Nigerians, said temporary pain and sufferings caused by his policies. So he also apologized to Nigerians if some of the policies caused some pains and sufferings. But when he said that he left Nigeria better than he met it, how true is that statement?
Based on the empirical stats and indications, that is not true. Nigeria, last 8 years, has retrogressed to where it used to be during the military days. Inflation is over a 17, 18-year high. Unemployment is over how many years high now? Many years high. The economic stats are better. Nigerians have become poorer. Out of a population of a little over 200 million, 133 million are living in multidimensional poverty. Nigerians have become on their knees. Nigerian citizens have started to live again akin to 1983. You know why citizens were living in 1983, 84? But because there was a massive recession. At first, the government of the day, Shehu Shagari, blamed the Ghanaians for the problem. That led to the mass exodus of the Ghanaians there. Something called Ghana must go.
Mm.
But after the Ghanaians left, at a very short notice, it now dawned on us that the economy had been mismanaged. It wasn't a case of the Ghanaians coming to take our jobs. And the government of the day had mismanaged the economy. And we all know how that led us. In the 70s, we were flying high. In the 80s, we were deep in a recession. The economy has stalled. And every decision we made then just narrowed the prospect of Nigeria. Remember how the dollar went from about 1 to 1 to Naira to about 3 or 4 to 1 to 10 to 1 to 11 to 1 to 50 to 1 to 150 to 1 to 200 to 1 to 360 to 1 to 450 to 1 to 510 to 1 to 620 to 1 to 760 to 1. So you can see that we have just recovered. Nigerians' life has not gotten any better in the last 8 years. They have gotten worse off because the distance between the parallel market and the official exchange rate is now over 300%. So we've mismanaged forex, we've mismanaged economic parameters, we've lost a lot of jobs. The country is at an all-time low. We've taken too much debt. So when President Muhammadu Buhari says that, you can see that he said he left the country better. It would have been good for him to back it up with economic stats and indicators and tell us the nature of the economy. But he couldn't do that in that case. He just left the line. We have left the country better. He true indication of leaving the country to that is number one, economic illicit. I remember the fight between, I think, Louis XVI and Jean in France. When Louis XVI said, "Laissez-moi, the state is mine." And I heard Jean laugh and he said, "L'économie, c'est moi." The economy is mine. That's to show you the power of the economy in the state. Without the economy, there's no state. The thing, it is by joke that the office of the Chancellor of the Exchequer in Britain is always side by side with that of the Prime Minister. Because the health of the economy is the health of the country. So President Muhammadu Buhari, we wish him happy retirement. He has done his best according to that but Nigerian lives are not better. For all the infrastructure I said he has done, rail lines, this and all of that, the question you should ask is, can one get economic impact and cost benefit ratio? Was appropriate money that could have built the infrastructure put in place or the project executed? Was it the best money? Was it the best infrastructure for the money spent? These are the questions you should even interrogate with it. Were many of the infrastructure completed? Where's the KKK guys pipeline?
The one I would like you to talk on is the Nigerian Air that was launched I think on Friday. That's the one I would like you to.
Nigerian Air just reflected the voodooism of the last 8 years under President Buhari. Voodoo thing. You know what voodoo means?
Yeah.
Juju. Juju. No be juju be that. Mr. Hadi Sirika did not need to take himself through a parade of shame as he did in the state of Nigeria. At first, there was a pending court case by the airline operators of Nigeria. And there was a court order, but you violated the court order at first as a federal minister. Secondly, there were lots of irregularities. Take, for instance, Mr. Konkwo, or Professor Konkwo, one of the members of the airline operators of Nigeria, was on television and was quoted to have said that Nigerian Air did not pass AOC certification. That it was supposed to be AOC certification up to level 5, and it only passed through level 2. Thirdly, there were other ways you could have done it. As of today, AMCON, which is also an arm of the Nigerian government, owns Arik Air. They bought Arik Air's debt over. If you really wanted a national carrier, you could have just whitelisted Arik Air to Nigerian Air. You own it anyway. The government owns it. Why did you need to go and bring in an Ethiopian airline, which other local airline complained that will affect their own market? Because Ethiopia is bigger in size. And what Ethiopia will do with that is it will only take part in what we call the BASA portfolio, bilateral air service agreement, to be able to get more destinations out of Nigeria to other parts of the world, because it owns 49% in the share equity. Thirdly, if you keep partnering with airlines like Ethiopia, how do you develop the airline industry in Nigeria? If you keep giving them leverage. Fifthly, what about the role of improving and shunning corruption? Because you could have even used that to create more jobs and make your 5% investment in airlines and shun corruption. But you, as a nation, you are trying to make Ethiopia stronger. On the African continent, when they make comparisons, they say, oh, Guinea Air too is owned by Ethiopia. Are we Guinea? And you forget that Nigeria owned an airways that was steeped in corruption called Nigeria Airways before it went moribund. So we have seen one too many how this works and how corruption takes over things. Have you forgotten the story of Virgin Nigeria? We have seen how corruption takes over things. So isn't it the time for us to look at existing airlines? An airline like Air Peace flies up to India, I hear, or China. You could have taken some equity stake in Air Peace and make it your national carrier. Air Peace would gladly whitelist Nigerian Air on their name. And you will use that subvention to grow the internal economy. You could have even bought stake in most airlines and whitelist them for local and regional. But you went to meet Ethiopian Airlines. So when are we going to develop internal businesses within? And the desperation at which you did it was the sad part.
It was very sad. Was he thinking that it would not be noticed? Because it was so glaring.
I'm sure he probably thought that all Nigerians were fools. But you see, he forgets that this is the jet age. As the airplane was landing, they were showing him the air to flight routes. And as the show finished, when the plane was returning to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, we saw it. And afterwards, he told us that in the next couple of years, he'd be on straight. I think those are some of the strains that President Bola Tinubu went this morning to be able to.
Many of us would like that Sirika's case to be opened. That our president, the president-elect, when he's been sworn in, he should look at that case. It shouldn't just let it go like that.
And I think if you look at those cases, you shouldn't just let it go, because you see, those are the things that make a dent on our country. And you see, those are quick wins. If he does those quick wins, and he starts looking at the hitherto flaws and corruption in the last administration, it will be something people will look at, because things like, it's sad. I just hear now that a group has dragged Hadi Sirika to EFCC.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? For that show of fame. The front page news.
Yeah. It is.
So I think the EFCC also needs to look at what happened. And I think the EFCC also needs to look at things from the money he claimed he used to go and do the logo. The logo he presented at the Fambro Air Show a couple of years ago. I think we should do better. So those are part of the things we see and we do better. Those are part of the things that we see and want to do better. This is the time we need to develop businesses with. Don't try to develop businesses without.
At the inauguration lecture, where we had Kuka, Sultan, and Kenyatta, former Kenya's president, they all talking to the president-elect, telling him that he should unite Nigeria. He should unite Nigeria, make sure that Nigeria is one. Even Kuka also talked about how the president-elect should make sure that they put Nigeria together. And the ex-Kenya president was telling the president-elect that even for those who love you and those who do not love you, put the country together. They all spoke of unity.
So, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think Uhuru Kenyatta is a perfect example of how to come and speak of unity in Nigeria. Man, it's very objective person.
Yeah.
Just like I didn't think. And that's why I will not tell the backstory. When Boris Johnson came and he said he came to speak on leadership, I don't think it's a perfect example. We all know what Uhuru Kenyatta did in the last election. But let us take the message, not the messenger. It's incumbent on President Tinubu to listen less to the voices of sycophants and listen to the voice of real. See, once you are a leader, you will have your own brigade of sycophants. Half the time, most of those people, the things they tell you are what will benefit their own personal interest. Not that they love you. And you should be weary of that brigade of sycophants because they were abound. And you can see most of them, they are already abounding today. Because you see, these sycophants are the people that Professor George Ayite, a prominent Ghanaian professor, that wrote in his book about defeating dictators in Africa, called them the retinue of retainers. They are the ones we call the Abobakus. Any president is there, all of a sudden, they become friends with the president for their own selfish interest. They are the ones that form cabal. I tweeted something yesterday that caused a lot of stir on Twitter. You know, my tweets cause dangerous stares. And my tweets are for those people to think. I said, one cabal go, one cabal come. And that's what will happen very soon. You will see. And some people say, Rufai, you're a prophet. I said, no, I'm just an objective analyst. And those brigades will soon come. The brigade of sycophants, the retinue of retainers, the cabal, the government of cabalocracy, different factions of cabal. But I pray God gives the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu the wisdom to be able to navigate his way. Because, you see, those are the people that make a leader fail. Have you forgotten that President Muhammadu Buhari came in with the biggest goodwill any Nigerian leader has ever had in recent times?
It was a celebration. Even
it was a celebration.
The fear of Buhari even made a lot of corrupt people to pipe down a bit.
But the question is, what happened?
That is the question.
These same people I talk about, the sycophants, the brigade of brigands, the Abobakus, the Abobage, the Ajobarus, the cabals, the setting. And when they were done with President Muhammadu Buhari, you can see what happened to him. The President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should know better. And you should be careful what these people tell you. Because it is these same people that will be telling, don't listen to them. They are envious of you as the president. You leave your lifetime ambition. Be careful. Listen to the voice of reason that will tell you that, you are wrong. You are wrong. Mary, go ahead.
Rufai, you know that President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it comes across as a problem solver. If you look at his track record, the way he has been able to build team, the way he has been able to deal with some issues, we should expect different from this present administration. His body language, his disposition, the way he tackles issues and all of that. So when it comes to I'm here.
Mary, every new challenge is a new challenge. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has never been president. When it will appear to me that he's a problem solver, when he starts to solve the problem. There are varying degrees in his antecedent. He was a governor. How many years ago was that? That was about 60 years. It is when he starts to solve the problem of that, we will relate to him based on how the capacity to solve it. That's simple as that. Records and antecedents, yes, are good to be able to judge the capacity of the person. But on the job judgment, that doesn't. Let him get on with solving the problem. Where he deserves kudos, we'll give him. Where he has not done well, we'll tell him. As simple as that. So we'll see how he's going to solve.
One of the ways we'll quickly rate this incoming president is how quickly he sets up his cabinet. Not like our president that took 6 months for us to know the ministers. We want to know in the first 1 month how quickly his team is ready to take on the task, because we are really in a very interesting place, a very, very interesting place. We need him to...
I want to think that he will set up his cabinet in a short time. I don't think he will take it. I think he will take it this time.
Okay. Before I let you go, over 65 dignitaries, I think presidents are coming for the inauguration. So it's going to be a massive event today in Abuja and even in other states. But okay, let's not go into that because of time. But it's going to be a massive event today.
So it behoves on him. He was head of the cabinet. Should hit the ground running. It is results we want to see outcomes. Let's see results. Let's see what economic numbers we get. I want to see the first 3 or 4 inflation numbers under him. I want to see the first 3 or 4 unemployment numbers. Okay, those ones are possibly at the lower end. I want to see the data. I want to see job creation. I want to see economic activity. Let's see. And if he doesn't do that, so I want to see the fight against corruption. I want to see decisions on subsidy. These are the outcomes we want to see.
And finally, Obi says Peter Obi says he's not planning a protest. He has urged citizens to remain calm, but he won't be attending the inauguration.
Yeah, he has the right not to attend the inauguration, but I would have wanted him to also have a rethink of that, because it's an inauguration for our country. That's just it. But he has a right, if he doesn't want to, not to attend the inauguration. Because we must also understand that him attending the inauguration doesn't mean an endorsement of the government. If he was invited in the past, he should attend while his case is still in court. While the case is still in court. Correct me if I'm wrong. There was a bitter dispute and a bitterly fought election between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. If you see what I respected Hillary Clinton for, was the courage to still go there. Correct me. She went to Trump's inauguration, didn't she?
I have to confirm.
I can confirm that, but I think she went. And I think she wrote about it in one of my books that I read. So, but this is an inauguration for the incoming president. I don't think it will take anything away from Trump. I don't think. It's not an endorsement. She shouldn't care about the boos and jeers of people. She does go there because it's an inauguration and it's a consolidation of the democratic process.
Yeah, thank
you. But he has the right to make his decision.
Thank you so much, Rufai, for your analysis this morning. We'll continue the inauguration talk by 9 a.m. We'll continue.
Okay, but Mary, most importantly, one thing I'd like to tell Nigerians is we can't keep quiet about our country. I'd like to reiterate that. We can't keep quiet about that. And in building a nation, we have to be steadfast and we have to voice out our concerns. And like I said before, the office of the citizen of the Federal Republic is eternal. All right?
Yeah.
And so maybe I was correct. He did attend Trump's inauguration. Because I remember I read it in a book. I was in America around that period. And she released the book I read of it.
Okay, she attended Trump's inauguration.
Yeah. In fact, he hurt her so much, he tried to skip it. You get.
Yeah.
But she attended. Yeah. So I remember I was in America. She attended. Yeah.
Happy inauguration day to you, Rufai.
Happy inauguration day to all
Are you going to be there? Are you going to Abuja to be part of the inauguration?
You see, the problem was that I was planning to fly Air Nigeria. But I didn't know it was just one flight the plane was going to do and go back to where it came from.
You can imagine that show of Air Nigeria. You can imagine.
I would have
They
loved
were
to fly
spraying
Air
water
Nigeria
on
there.
it.
So
Yeah.
as I couldn't book my Air Nigeria flight there, so I'm not going to. I will just allow a lot of my friends to be there. In Abuja. But I congratulate the president on that. You know,
Yeah.
wish him well, but also it is a society that we must develop and grow, and we must open ourselves up to accountability and public, which is also part of the market. And that's why I say the citizens must not keep.
And the president-elect should be open for a lot of criticism. If he does well, we will talk. If he doesn't do well, the media will
The,
talk. So it should
the,
be
the,
to be
the truth
ready.
has to be said. It
Oh,
needs to be ready. It needs to be open for it. And you need to know that this is not the time where you go to all TV stations to sack presenters because they don't align with your views and they say things the way they are.
hmm.
And most importantly, I would like to advise the Congress to do better. If they try and err of being vindictive, it's going to backfire. They need a government where they bring people together, and they are better doing it. And they are better doing it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
real quickly, I'd just like to congratulate a very good friend of mine, my very dear friend, way older than me anyway, he's 76, but he's a very dear friend to me, Dr. Yemi Ogubi. He was part of those given a national honor. I'd like to congratulate him.
Yeah.
Funny enough, he was still in my house the other day, and we're just having a good chat.
Rufai, most of your
I,
friends are in their 70s, 80s.
Mary, you see my dilemma. Most of them are in their 70s and their 80s. So I'd like to congratulate him. I also like to congratulate a very dear friend to me, the Tenure Library. He was given a national honor. And congrats to all of those given national honor. Baby, to a lot of people are given national honor.
Yeah.
Congrats to all of them. Bless you.
Yeah. Have a great day. Happy inauguration to you.
Have a great, happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You're listening to the front page review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. The phone lines are open now. You could call in and join the conversation. 0700 903 903 903. Now the phone lines are buzzing. I'm about to start taking your calls. Okay. Let's go on. But before I start taking calls, I want to say that all comments from our callers and contributors reflect their personal views, opinions, and not that of VOP, and are subject to fact checking. Okay, 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good morning. Mhm. Hello, good morning.
Mary. Hi, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. Welcome. What's your name and location?
My name is Oluwatosin. I'm actually calling from Texas, United States of America.
Okay, your voice is a bit
How are you
low.
doing
Is it
today?
because it's late in the night or early hours of the morning there?
Can you hear me okay now?
I can hear you, but you could speak up a little more.
Okay. I mean, I think I'm talking on top of my voice. Maybe I'm not sure. Um, is it better now?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I mean, thank you so much for taking my call and good morning to Nigeria. I mean, I don't think there's anything to be happy about or celebrate about this inauguration. I mean, we can see it. We should just call it spade a spade. Nigeria is covered with thick cloud right now because what has not happened in our history is about to happen. Having a drug baron sit
No, you can't.
on
You
the
can't.
head.
You can't. I won't even let you go on. Thank you very much for calling. You know, you are happy. Some people are happy. Some people are not. But you can't generalize it and then begin to name someone. You have to have a lot of facts to back that up. So won't start on that note today. Thank you so much for calling. Hello. Good morning. Yeah. Good morning to you. What's your name and location?
Ikan calling you from Israel.
Hey, welcome, Mr. Ikan. Good to have you join us today. Go ahead, sir.
Ebuku don't do na manyong. I see I read them.
Mr.
Yes,
Ikan,
man.
you have to interpret. You have to interpret. Anytime you speak, you have to interpret.
Okay, the funny thing is just that most of this word, and I don't really get the proper way to put it in English. I don't know how to do it. But I will try.
If you don't give us, then don't use it, because the presenter of the program has to understand what you're saying, because I'm a custodian of what is going on here. I'm accountable for every word.
Like you said, it is my own words, and I'm not going to use it against you, neither anybody.
Okay.
Let me try and interpret.
Okay, go ahead.
What I'm saying is that a hunter that go to hunting, it is better for the hunter to come home with half animal than to come home empty-handed.
Okay. Go
Do you understand what I mean now?
Yeah, yes, I get you.
Now, today, the president of Nigeria, according to you, will be inaugurated.
Yeah.
And what I want him to do is, if it is a sincere and God-fearing man, he should prove the outgoing government for what they have done to this country. Especially Adamu, who stole Nigerian money for 8 years, telling Nigerian Air he knows nothing about education system before Buhari appointed him. I want him to prove the outgoing government before I can take him serious. I don't want to get angry. I don't want to get anything. I don't want anything to give me upset. That's what I'm saying this morning. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ikan. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. Welcome to the program.
Yes, good morning. My name is Innocent. I'm calling from Lagos, Lagos.
Okay, welcome, Mr. Innocent. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to congratulate the incoming president.
Yeah.
It has been a long journey. We thank God for what he has achieved today and we want to achieve today. But we want to appeal to him to unite Nigeria. Nigeria has been further divided and taken backward. Backward. I want to appeal to him to make sure he unites Nigeria. That is one aspect of his job that everybody is looking at for. He should unite Nigeria. And again, I want to talk on the fact that Buhari, the outgoing president, said he's leaving Nigeria better than he made it.
Yes.
In what way? In security, we are far from achieving what he actually wanted to achieve. He didn't achieve anything. It was in the southeast. People are dying on daily basis. What has he achieved? Look at the economy itself. Nigeria has gone beyond the reach of the poor. Inflation has gotten so worse that people cannot even eat 3 square meals a day. How can we now affirm that he's living Nigeria better than he made it?
Thank you.
Everything well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Sister Mary.
Yeah, good morning to you. Welcome. What's your name and location?
My name's Mr. Emeka Ezenwa, calling from Ejibo.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yes. Today, my mind frame is divided into two. One side is happy. The other side is sad.
Okay.
The happy side of it is that the Nigerians survived the administration of President Muhammad Buhari. I say congratulations to those who survived it, because it was hell why this 8 years lasted. It is unimaginable. He has taken us 50 years backwards, and I wonder how we are going to survive it. That Garuba Shehu, Lai Mohammed, and the rest of them are going. Abubakar Malami is going. These are the people who have silenced Nigerian citizens for whole 8 years.
How did they silence Nigerian citizens?
Yes, they silenced us by not even allowing us to protest peacefully.
No, they
allowed us not to talk.
They did not silence Nigeria in any shape.
They allowed us not to talk.
How?
They placed ban on so many media houses, radio stations like you now talking. They are the people monitoring you.
telling you what
They
to
are,
allow on radio and what not
they,
to allow.
they are not. It's NBC. They are not Garbashi or the people
And they
that
are
you
the one. They
mentioned.
are the one who asked us to bear
No,
our
no,
minds. They asked us to talk. They asked us that there's freedom of speech, but they have not allowed anybody. How many journalists are now in prison?
Thank you.
If you can talk to yourself.
Thank you.
Then the other side of it is that I just want to congratulate the new coming president, but not that he deserved it. Thank you and have a good day.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for calling. Please, when we call in, we should be civil with our claims and our opinions and our comment, because you are on a national, international radio where a lot of us are, a lot of people are listening. So if you're saying something, you should have the facts to back it up. Like some of the things you said, they are not true. So if you want to say something and you're sure about it, then you should have the facts to back it up, like saying that Garuba Shehu, Femi Addition, and all of that, they are not the one. They are the spokesperson for the president. Some of the things that they've said might not be what you want to hear, but they did not at any point say there should not be freedom of speech or anything. Let's take more calls. Then we'll go to the WhatsApp messages, and a lot of messages here on on YouTube. Some of the comments on YouTube are quite interesting. Let me take this call before we go to YouTube. I'll read some of the messages there. Hello. Hello. Good morning to you, Mr. Darlington.
How are you, my dear? How was your weekend?
I'm doing good. My weekend was okay.
It's all right. Mary, did I hear from Ududuwa Republic agitators took over a radio station at Ibadan and another one a police station at Alausa?
Yes, at Yoruba agitators.
It's okay. It has started though.
What has started?
Regional agitation. You think it will end? They were just waiting for Buhari to leave office. Everybody will come to now bear their fines. All the humiliation they suffered under Fulani herdsmen and Buhari, people will now come back and say, okay, it is our own turn. I thought they said it was only IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu that agitated. How come a day to the inauguration they have started already? And I'm telling you, nothing will happen to those people.
I think the police have arrested 5 of them.
I said nothing will happen. They will just make a phone call and they will release all of them. After all, have they not been releasing Fulani herdsmen who have been killing all over the country? So have they not been? You mean Tinubu will be in Abuja when police will be prosecuting his people, Abi? Let nobody be deceived. Except we'll go back to the basics. These things will continue.
Well,
the way Nigeria is structured, everybody is not happy, not just one group. This sense of entitlement. Listen, Mary, you saw what happened under Buhari for 8 years. How they not to claim that they own Nigeria. Are you telling me that now that another region are taken over, they will not be deferring to the north, Adi?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Darlington.
So what I'm saying in essence is that people do the needful by calling a spade.
What is the needful? What are you insinuating? What is the needful?
Good. Mary, where there is no justice, there can never be.
The issue of the election is already in court. The disgruntled.
No. Leave election alone. Election is just a minute part of our problem, very minute.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for calling. Mr. Darlington, thank you so much for calling. You've spoken for more than 2 minutes. Thank you very much.
This thing will not end.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Please, I appreciate your contribution and everything. But we're not trying to heat up the polity by calling for protests or calling for other stuff here. We're trying to have a conversation with the issues at hand. Today is Inauguration Day. Yes, you're free to air your opinion, but not to heat up the polity. That's what we're trying to avoid. But thank you very much. I appreciate you. 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. What's your name and location?
Well, I'm happy that you cannot pick my name this morning. Peter Monse is my name from Shogun.
Yeah, I couldn't because I was a bit distracted. That's why. If not,
Yeah,
I will know your
Mary,
voice.
you were a bit distracted because you want to be distracted. Mary, can I be honest to you this morning?
Go
Please.
ahead.
With all humility from my side and all truthfulness from my side, Mary, it's becoming very difficult for one to call this radio station. On Friday, I did not call Mary. Something happened. And the same thing happened this morning. When you start, you said the opinion of the caller is not in any way the position of the management. If I were you, I would allow you talk, and then I correct you. I will allow you talk, then I'll tell you, no, give me some facts, which is what we were doing before 2015, Mary, very honestly. I don't know where you were then. And all those radio stations we mentioned the other time, when you talk, and when you finish, no matter what you talk to Jonathan, no matter what you talk to the ministers or about the ministers about Jonathan, the radio station will tell you that the opinion is solely that of the caller and not in any way representing the position of the management. And they will correct you but now you don't allow people to, okay, can they give us what to talk about? Because when you say you have your opinion and then the opinion is not allowed to fly, when it flies, then you correct. That's why I'm finding it difficult to call. On Friday, I tried to manage myself, and I said, I don't talk to Mary today because I don't know what to talk about. Instead, they give me the guidelines on how to talk. So, Mary, when we are saying something, and on the radio station, Nigerians cannot air out their pain. It's more painful than the way you are looking at it. I will not talk today. I just wanted to call and make that correct. This man, somebody called from US and said, let's call a spade a spade. You didn't allow him to finish. And that is just, let's call a spade a spade. Until Buhari hand over truly, let me see. Then maybe I will be able to talk. Because at this time, the fear of Buhari, the fear of Lai Mohammed, the fear of NDC, does not allow me to talk. I will not talk this morning on any item on your news. I will talk when they go. If they don't go,
thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Peter. Yeah, have a great
Thank you very much. You couldn't get my name this morning. That's very nice.
Thank you so much for being part of the program. Thank you for calling, Peter Monse. We have a caller here. Hello, good morning. I haven't even read any WhatsApp message. Good morning to you. What's your name and location? Turn down the volume on your radio set.
My name is Taiwo calling from Orele.
Okay, Mr. Taiwo, turn down the volume on your radio set, please.
Okay, I think it's okay like this.
Okay, go on.
Okay. You see, I don't want to talk much about anything this morning. I just want to talk about Buhari say he left Nigeria better than the way he met it.
Yes.
My prayer this morning is, I pray to God that anything, because we miss Buhari in this country, God will not allow it happen to us again in this country. We will never miss Buhari in any way by the grace of God. Because what that man put us in this country, in 60 years if we recover.
Thank you, Mr. Taiwo. Thank you very much for calling. Oh, what an interesting day. Now let's go to WhatsApp. Lots of WhatsApp messages. I have 1 minute to go. My goodness. Okay, let's start. Good morning, Mary. My family does not need Nigerians' word to survive. Wife of the incoming president-elect, Remi Tinubu, although her husband has been making Lagos State. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Leo, for the message. I can go on with the other one. Good morning, Mary. Happy holiday, happy new week to you. I strongly believe that Tinubu will deliver on his promises because he performed expeditiously as a governor. Okay. Thank you so much, Olushola Bodidi. I appreciate you. And another message. Good morning, Mary. I'm not surprised to hear from PMB that his cows are easy to control than Nigerians because he always prefers cows to human beings. Let me go with that message again. Okay, he says, good morning, Mary. I'm not surprised to hear from PMB that his cows are easy to control than Nigerians because he always prefers, okay. It is a well-known fact that during his tenure as president that he gave much concern and love over, okay. Okay, you know what will happen? My time is already up. I'm trying to rush all of these messages. I can't go on. But by 9 o'clock on the dot, 9 a.m., I'll be back here with other analysis to look at the inauguration. We're going to start with the president. Our president is 8 years in office. We look at his speech. We look at what he said he was going to do and where we are, and then also look at the manifesto of the incoming president. What he has said he's going to do and what are your expectations. So we're going to have a long time to talk. The phone lines will be open for you to join. I'll read all of the WhatsApp messages by then because my time here is up. The time is, I think I've even used extra time. So I need to go now. Thank you so much for being part of the program. For Peter Amonsa, for everybody, I'm going to reply you when I come by 9 a.m. This is the voice of the people, 90.3 FM. My name is Mary. And for the YouTube messages, okay, maybe by 9 I'll take some of them. Thank you for being part of the program. Coming up next at 8 o'clock is Ogendigo.